Shalom. Shabbat Shalom to the elect of Israel. Started with the 144,000 elect men, 12,000 from each tribe, which consists of the so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native American Indians, and your Israelite foreigners, Hebrew Israelites who are scattered among all the nations, looking like the other nations and speaking their tongues. Shabbat Shalom to them.
Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom to the elect of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Shabbat Shalom to all of you.
Right before we get started with this lesson, we're going to face it easy, and we're going to give the much due, all phrases, honor, and glory to
YAHAWAH BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QaDash.
And double honors
to
the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone, and much due respect to you, sincere Akim, that's laboring in the works. And Shabbat Shalom,
Shabbat Shalom
to you believers, to the Akim wa Akwah, which will be you brothers and few Amada sincere sisters who do subscribe to this truth, listening and learning in silence as the scriptures say so. All right, I'm your brother Manazar.
I'm your brother NAWA,
and we are representing warriors for YAHAWASHI, both Pasadena and H-Town branch. All right, Lord willing, today's lesson is edifying, plain upon the tables. Right, and Shabbat Shalom to the brother YAHAWASHI.
Shabbat Shalom, brother YAHAWASHI.
Today's topic is going to be a response from an article from End Time Headline related to famine. What's going on there in New England, if I'm not mistaken. It's a picture. It looks like an empty shelf, like a store shelf.
Yes.
Go to browser. Keep going. Right there.
This one.
Yep, that's long. And we're going to read from this first paragraph down to these three paragraphs. All right, so today's topic, right? In today's topic, farmers warn that food aisles will soon be empty because of quote-unquote crushing conditions. So yes, that's actually in the scriptures that how our power is going to send famine as one of the plagues to kill a lot of people. And famine can be caused by several factors. And how that the sown places shall appear on the sown. Okay? But I'm going to read this.
It says the United Kingdom is facing dire food shortages, forcing prices to skyrocket. In other words, inflation. And experts predict this is only the beginning, right? Look, Scripture says what? It is the beginning of sorrows, right?
Yep.
By means of the wars, the nations rising up against one another, famines, pestilences, earthquakes in diverse places. It says all those things are the beginnings of wars, all right? Or the beginnings of sorrows, like it. It says this is only the beginning. According to the report by The Guardian, extreme weather is wreaking havoc on crops across the region. England experienced more rainfall during the past 18 months than it has over any 18-month period since recorded keeping began in 1836.
So yes, like you know, crops, plants, it needs water, right? Mm-hmm. But when it gets the thing about let's say nutrition for crops, the body, right? There's a such thing as not having enough and having too much.
Yeah.
When your farmland, your crops has too much water, that can do damage. Okay, so you gotta know there's a such thing as you gotta have just enough.
Yeah, just think about it like the human body, right? The human body is technically a lively plant, right? If you have too much water in your body, you can drown, right? You can die. Simple. The plants are being overwatered by means of immense rainfall that it's technically not even able to rejuvenate itself, to nourish itself by means of the soil, but it's basically drowning. It's not being able to be nourished. It's overnourished, overwatered.
Yeah.
It says because the rain hasn't stopped, Many farmers have been unable to begin or to get crops such as potatoes, carrots, and wheat into the ground. Usually, you get rain, but there will be pockets of dry weather for 2 or 3 weeks. To do the planting, that hasn't happened, Farmer Tom Allen Stevens told The Guardian.
Yeah. So let's go into the word famine. The Wikipedia's information of it.
All right, the word famine. It says a famine is a widespread scarcity of food caused by several possible factors, including war, natural disaster, crop failure.
Natural disaster. Then it said that in UK that it was raining.
18
rained,
months.
In 18 months it rained more water than it did like in many years or something along that line.
Yeah,
Right?
since they recorded it in 1836. So that's horrible, bro. That's how you know that that's some shit. It says also crop failure, widespread poverty, and economic catastrophe. Are we not undergoing an economic catastrophe at the moment? And it's only going to get worse. And it says, or government policies. This phenomenon is usually accompanied or followed by regional malnutrition, starvation, epidemic, and increased mortality.
Yeah, famine can be caused by several factors. War, for example, Civil War,
Yep.
World War III. That's going to cause a chain reaction to the crop failure because what? Your delivery drivers are no longer able to deliver the products.
Yep.
The farmers don't even have the products to even give to the truck drivers to deliver it because it's damaged in some shape, way, or form because of a war.
Also by means of the layoffs that they're having with these shortages of jobs, not being able to distribute the food from these food production processing plants to actually have the trucks to drive them, right? A lot of people are losing jobs. They don't got the manpower to do certain things.
They said because of crop failure.
This is because of war, natural disaster, crop failure, widespread of poverty, economic catastrophe, and government policies.
So we're gonna let the scripture speak for itself now. I'm gonna get 2nd Ezra 15:49.
You got the link in the description, right, for the article?
Yeah, the link is in the description box. It will take you directly to the end time headlines, that particular article. You want to get 16?
Read the kid, I grab it in Siri. All right, let's see what it sounds like.
So we're gonna get the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 49. We're there right now. So when you go into 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, and verse 49. Now, mind you, right? When you start at verse 46, it's talking about how our power is going to, visit Asia.
Yeah.
Because it says in verse 46, and thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon, aka America, and art the glory of her person. So these plagues in verse 49 it's definitely going to happen to Asia.
Yep.
Because Asia is pretty much behaving, trying to imitate America in its philosophies, doctrines, its agenda, the C hit, right? A digital system, right? But it's also going to be happening worldwide too. Now, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 49 in the Apocrypha. I will send plagues upon you, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. And we went into famine that is caused by several factors: poverty, sword, so think of war, pestilences, right? Crop failures. It can be damaged because of plant fungus and
they call it crop blight.
Crop blight, to waste houses with destruction and death. Right, famine, we already went to that, is the extreme scarcity of food worldwide. Okay, So these are some of the plagues that YAHAWASHI is going to use to destroy Allah.
This is the same book, the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 15. This is verse 49 in the Common English Bible. And it reads, I will send disasters upon you, widowhood, poverty, hunger, sword, and disease to desolate your houses and bring you to devastation and death. All right? So, you know, just the same thing the brother said. You know, just wanted to bring out another version of it. But this is one of the things that's going to be made manifest in these last days, man. It's going to bring a lot of fucking death by means of what? Poverty, famine, the scarcities, the lack of, and the shortages of food. All right, and that could be many factors, like the definition said, man. By means of war, all right, economic catastrophes, right, the fucking political policies that are going to bring forth, government policies, by means of, you know, the shortages of workers, not being able to transport the food to certain places, they're collapsing bridges.
Yep.
Like, come on, man. This could be, there could be many contributing factors to the by means of the famine that's going to be made manifest here in America. Babylon the Great.
It's 2nd Ezra chapter 16 verse 22, the Apocrypha. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine. So many people here on earth are going to die from starvation. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So those that escape the famine are going to die in the wars. Okay? Civil War, World War III, right? The ultimate sword, right? The ICBMs, the nukes, when America is going to receive her final ultimate plague, right? Okay? And so you got to ask yourself, like, yo, how is it that some people are going to make it through the famine? Who they going to be eating? What they going to be eating? Just so you can be preserved for a nuke, the lake of fire. You made it all the way through Jacob's trouble thinking that the Lord is dealing with you, right? But you've been doing all wickedness, eating people, eating abominable fools, and you making it through it just so you can be preserved for the lake of fire. Whew. Right?
2nd Ezra 6:22.
God, yeah.
24.
Yeah.
I have it in the CD if you want to get it.
The CD?
Oh, shit's not yet.
I'll find it.
All right, the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 22 and verse 24. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The sown places, the places that are stored up and stocked up with food, right? And the full store houses shall suddenly, all of a sudden, without warning, unexpectedly, be found empty, right? That's the time that we're coming into, right? You see it happening in many parts of the world right now, right? You see it slowly but surely, gradually being made manifest here in America, Babylon the Great, all right? But at some point, it's going to be abruptly. It's going to hit America, Babylon the Great so severely, like if I'm not mistaken, like Genesis said, if I'm not mistaken, 41.
Yeah, the book of Genesis, chapter 41, verse 31 in the NOT, that this famine will be so severe that even the good memories will be erased. Just paraphrasing.
Look, it's going to be that fucking bad in the famine. That's severe. But you're not going to even have a recollection of the things that happened in the past, a remembrance, an inclination of the things that you used to do. You're not going to have any of that shit going through your mind. It's going to be purely survival of the fittest type of mind. Fight or flight. Who going to eat me? Who's trying to eat me? Who's trying to kill me? Where's my next meal? Where's my next food source coming from? All right? That's how bad it's about to be. And this is going to happen suddenly, man. Right? Suddenly shall be found empty. These store warehouses, your supermarkets, right? Your fucking, your grocery stores, right? And even the distribution warehouses that distribute the food to your damn grocery stores, man. All that shit is finna be empty. Gone. Not a fucking speck nor a crumb of dirt or a crumb of anything. It's going to be found empty, man.
And that word storehouse, right? Not only you get warehouse and actual stores, you get armory as a similar term.
Yo, yeah.
Are not these Babylonians
very carnal.
buying a lot of not just guns but ammunition.
Yeah.
So at some point, people are going to have to literally rise up against each other with swords in their hands, literally.
Yeah. Back to close quarter combat. All right. This is verse 24. It says, "At that time shall friends fight against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run." All right. So look, this is the time that we're coming into, man. All right. If I'm not mistaken, there's a place or a country that they're doing they're rationing water. At a certain particular time, you see multitudes of people coming with gallons of water, so they can go and rush to the fucking the water point, so to speak, and fill up their jugs and carry that home. And it looked like there was a lot of people, even in the back of the lines, fighting, pushing one another.
Yep.
It's like, yo, this goes to show you, man, look, it's about to be made manifest on a whole nother level. But here in America, Babylon the Great, because how much more so here, because by means of the shortage of the water, of the food. Especially if they do a damn water point.
Oh yeah.
This particular hour of the day, we're gonna be giving out water, but after this, no more, right? It could be so bad to where you got fucking these what do they call them? The private militia groups try to take over the water, start killing people. It could be a multitude of things, man, how these things get engineered and made manifest, man. All right? Terrifying times we're truly coming into.
Yeah, we'll get into CB. In a Common English Bible, fields that are not sown will suddenly appear unsown, and full warehouses will suddenly be found empty. So even like these actual farmlands, these fields are going to one day just be completely empty.
Yeah. By
what? For an example, crop failure.
Yep.
A deadly crop blight went through it and destroyed it. Okay. Severe weather, that place got flooded. Okay. Suddenly.
Dude.
Right. And full warehouses will suddenly be found empty. Why is that? Probably because people are ransacking that shit. Mm-hmm. A war happened. People died. People went in there and just ransacked it.
People not regarding the kings or princes.
And then when you jump down to 24, in that time, friends will make war on friends like enemies. The earth alone with those who live on it will be terrified, and the sources of rivers will stand still so that they don't run for 3 hours. So even best friends, your favorite co-worker, your neighbor, even your biological family are going to be making war upon each other, man, because they're going to be desperate. They're going to want the food, the water. They're going to be selfish in those times, man. You're going to see people's true colors. People in your so-called circle. You're going to see their true colors during famine, especially famine, when there's not enough food and water. You're going to see people's true colors. You're going to see how selfish these people are out here in America, man. All right, you want to talk about united? This is going to be divided.
The divided states of America.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
I mean, shit, you got Texas and fucking and all these other, states willing to depart from America, Babylon the Great, to be their own sovereign, state or nation, their own country. I'm like, yo, get the fuck out of here. There's a multitude of states willing to do that. So look, how much more so in the near future, man? When all hell breaks loose, when there is a massive food shortage beyond belief, when there's actually the famine, when war is going on, it's only going to get worse from here, man.
We're going to get second Ezra 15 verse 18. Okay. And shall have pity upon his name.
Right here, yeah. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods, right? Spoiling goes into diminish or destroy goods, forcibly gotten, right? Stolen, looted, plunder, ill-gotten goods. It says because of lack of bread and for great tribulation, right? Great going into above the normal or average of trials and tribulation, right? Afflictions, hardships, and tragedies, right? This is the time that we're coming into where people are going to be going into one another's houses, and that's going to be the new Kroger's. That's going to be the new, what do they call it, Walmart? Your new grocery stores, man, all right? And they're going to be what? Pillaging, looting, robbing, stealing your goods, right? Because of what? Lack of bread, because of the famine, the scarcity, the shortages of food, man. It's about to be that fucking bad. And people think that's funny, man. People think that's not going to happen. Not here in America. But this is the main place where literally the people are being groomed to what? Oh, I need to have a gun for this. I need to have a gun for that just in case. It's everybody's planning for something just in case. Meanwhile, that just in case is really about to be made manifest. And guess what? You're about to see who is really about it. You're about to see, like the brother said, you're about to see the true colors of these people here in America, Babylon the Great. All right, they're about to run through your damn house, your dwelling, your private abode, and loot all your goods. And especially if you got a wife or daughters, right? You women in a time of war is likened unto a spoil, man. All right, so y'all gonna be taken. All right.
That's it. Yeah. Okay. So mind you, brother, this famine, it will lead to a domino effect of cannibalism.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
So
really quickly, take heed to that movie. What's it called? The Book of Eli.
Book of Eli, yeah.
The woman said, "Oh, look, I found some meat out of nowhere." She said she found meat. That was a bunch of dead human meat, man. Killing people, using it as fucking what? A food source, man. So what the brother's saying, it's not far-fetched, man. You gotta let the scripture speak for itself, man.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verses 57 and 58 in the KJV Apocrypha. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy cities shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. So yeah, a lot of you Israelites who has, let's say, children, you don't want to worship YAHAWAHSHI. You don't want to get right. You don't be surprised that you're going to witness your fruit, right? Your children starve to death. Because let's say, for example, the Lord may put a QaDash Spirit on you, a demon on you, to be selfish towards your family, and you want to make sure that you fed. You're not even going to care about feeding your children. All right. And then you're going to have some that's going to fall through the sword, a form of an instrument of death, a missile, a nuke. Esau eating himself, so-called white man, his blessing, a gun, a javelin, a rocket launcher,
Yeah.
fucking tank, just runs over you. You step on a claymore. All right. Or a robotic dog with a mounted AK-47 or a mounted saw gun on it.
Mounted 50 caliber.
Yo, imagine a robot dog chasing you with a 50 cal on his back. Bruh. Drones flying around.
Yep.
Able to shoot too. All right. Let's see now, verse 58. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger. For an example, right? The crops out there are not growing because the Lord probably, we got war going on out there. He sent natural disasters to destroy the crops, and he's just not allowing you to grow your crops. So you Israelites that's trying to take matters into your own hands and trying to live off grid, you're trying to build a off grid Israelite community, y'all gonna starve out there because the Lord is not giving you the increase because you're taking matters into your own hands. You're not relying on miracles, spiritual powers. You're not relying on YAHAWASHI to feed you when you're on your journey as a pilgrim, seeking for spiritual benefits, for miracles and spiritual benefits. Okay? They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh and drink their own blood. right? Because your children will be what? Like, people with children be like, that's my flesh and blood, right? Your fruit, your children, right? So people are going to be eating their own children and drinking them. Because remember, what? The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and it shall not run for 3 hours. The water's going to be polluted because missiles are hitting this place and whatever other reasons that's causing the water to be dirty. Remember, an EMP can cause the water filtering system to not operate, so your water is just getting dirty.
Yeah.
All right. They that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh and drink their own blood. So cannibalism. For very hunger of bread and thirst of water, right? Because of the famine, starvation, dehydration. Okay. Yeah.
All right, we're going to get the book of Jeremiah, chapter 19, verse 9. Okay. It says, and I will cause them to eat the flesh of their sons and the flesh of their daughters, and they shall eat every one the flesh of his friend in the siege and straitness wherewith their enemies, and they that seek their lives shall straiten them.
Yeah, so we're getting a Good News translation, and if you want to get the definition for siege. All right, so the Good News translation for the book of Jeremiah, chapter 19, verse 9. The enemy will surround the city and try to kill its people. The siege will be so terrible that the people inside the city will eat one another and even their own children, right? This happened back then. How much more now, especially with the technology that Esau has. His blessing has increased. Conducting a siege today with that technology, having AI robots.
Yeah, he don't even got to be there presently, man. He can do that shit by all autonomous, AI algorithmized robots, man. I want to grab it in the CD really quickly. Same book, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 19, verse 9, in the Common English Bible, says, and when the enemy shall lay siege to the city, seeking their lives, they will resort in desperation to eat the flesh of their sons and daughters, and to devour the flesh of their neighbors. All right, when you go into that word siege, it goes into a military operation in which enemy forces surround a town or building, cutting off essential supplies with the aim of compelling the surrender of those inside. You have similar terms, blockade, right? Encirclement, besiegement, right? And you also have beleaguer, if I'm not mistaken. Beleaguer goes into by means of an enemy doing the same thing, but in a different type of style. If I'm not mistaken, I'm gonna really get that really quickly. I know I got it written in 2nd Ezra somewhere.
But yeah, that block is in siege, right? They say what with the aim of compelling those to surrender. It's paraphrasing. Mm-hmm. You gotta look at it as Esau probably going to do that to compel let's say Israelites and everyone else to surrender to their NWO, to receive the seed.
Yep. And now that he says that, right, beleaguer, it says to cause problems or difficulty for us with one's back to the wall is the similar term. So they're gonna put you in a state of mind that you literally feel like your back is against the wall. To have you submit, right? To surrender to what? The authoritative rulers now, which by means of these military people, right? You're gonna have to either submit to whatever's being told to you, because now they're cutting off essential supplies, bringing forth blockades, right? And like the brother was saying, man, this can happen by by means of Esau's superior technological advancements, man. Having a multitude of drones just flying around, literally waiting to light your ass up if you try to do something to it. got your ass aimed down, has thermal imaging scanners that can see you walking through your fucking walls, man. All right, that's not improbable, man. The Army has that right now, so how much more so in the near future when all these things are actually being made manifest, when this technology that hasn't been seen before is made manifest. It's ultimately what? Causes seeds, man. Cause people to really become cannibals because they're not going to want to comply. I'm going to, man, fuck it. I'm going to have to eat you. I'm your dad. You got to listen to me.
Damn.
I'm your father. You got to listen. I brought you into this world. You're going to be on that type of shit. I got to eat you. I got to live. It's going to be that fucking bad. And then once all the kids is gone, it says they go into their neighbors.
Damn, yo.
And look, like the scripture says, it says that they shall eat, the flesh on the left-hand side and on the right and the neighbors, and they shall not be satisfied, roughly paraphrasing. Like, come on, man. This is not improbable. Cannibalism is truly coming back, and it's going to be by means of the famine because there is no food out here, man. All right? But we're only in the beginnings of sorrows, man, so how much more so in the near future?
And then in the midst of the famine, the Lord is going to perform miracles for his servants to eat.
Yeah,
Like Isaiah chapter 65, verse 13 and 14. And we'll end it with that. In the midst of this severe famine, where people are going to be eating each other, even Israelites, 2/3 here, the Lord's going to make sure that his elect are still eating. And that, you best believe that's going to come with divine intervention, spiritual powers, miracles, man.
Yeah. All right. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 65, 13 through 14. It says, "Thus saith the Lord Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI power. Behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart and shall howl for vexation of spirit."
So right now, right, the house of mourning, right? We're mourning, we're crying, we don't feel well fed, we eat but we have enough, we drink but we're still thirsty, we got clothes but we still feel cold, right? That's what the scripture goes into.
Yeah, that's scripture's heavy.
Right? Right? While everybody else is eating great abundance very often, real soon, right? Like the scripture goes into how our power will not suffer his saints to famish. You know how like they're gonna have more than enough in the family. Okay? By means of spiritual powers, miracles. The Lord may lead you to one of these Babylonian doomsday purpose bunkers. Yeah. And now you there for a period of time having great abundance. While 2/3 are out here suffering, man, hungry, tired, miserable, sick, eating each other. Man, and the list goes on, man. All right.
That's what I grab this last one really quickly. Which one? Second Ezra, chapter 2, 27 through 28. It's the book of Second Ezra, chapter 2, verse 27 through 28. It says, "Be not weary," right? The precept to what we were just bringing up, right? It says, "Be not weary," right? Weak. "For when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful. But thou shalt be merry and have abundance. Then the heathen shall envy thee, but they shall be able to do nothing against thee, save the Lord, Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI."
Brothers eating a whole bucket of some Louisiana rub flats.
Yeah.
Right in front of a fucking heathen. And the heathen can't do nothing about it. You drinking some strong drinks, some nice clean water in front of a 2/3 that was scoffing and mocking you. The same scoffing and mocker that was scoffing at you when you was prophesying the houses and bowels. Now they see you eating, being taken care of them, but they suffering now. Alright? Laugh now, cry later, right? Alright?
Then you got one more. This is the last one. This spirit got me on that one now. Hey, it's the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 20. All right, these are motivating, precepts now, right? Because we gave to you the bitter, right? Now you also got to understand. Look, this is the sweet part, man. for us hopeful elect members, for us sincere servants, right? Men, women, children. This is the hope that YAHAWASHI has in here for us. Lord willing, will be of the elect, right? It's the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 20. It says, in famine, he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. So when all these things are happening out here, right, what are we seeking for? Divine providence, right? Providence goes into protection, divine intervention, right? YAHAWASHI intervening in the things that are happening right before us, and us being protected in the midst of this place. By means of what? War, pestilences, and famine. He's going to redeem us from all these things, Lord willing, will be of the elect, man. So this is the hope. This is the hope that we have to have, right? A spiritual, looking and seeking for more spiritual things to happen. Not going in your fucking backyard preparing fucking a small little greenhouse and having your own garden back there, thinking shit is going to prosper, especially here in America, man. Hell no. You're literally relying on your own understanding. You're leaning onto your own understanding, and guess what? YAHAWASHI hates that, man.
You're seeking to establish your own righteousness. The Lord don't want that.
I don't know. That's the scripture.
Yeah, that is.
Oh man, that shit hard. That scripture's hard. But yeah, that's all I got.
Hey, that's all we got for today's lesson. You don't want to bring a mixture of bitter and sweet for the famine, for the topic of famine. Many will starve to death, but though in the midst of that severe famine, the Lord's going to make sure that His servants, the elect, are still eating some shape, way, or form. All right. So, Lord willing, this lesson was uplifting the spirit, exhorting, edifying, cleaning upon the tables. All right, we're going to face the east. And we're going to give them much due, all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH.
Double honors.
Double honors.
To the elders and apostles and bishops of Great Millstone. And much due respect to you, sincere Hakim, that's laboring in works. And Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
To you believers, to the Akim wa Aqua, which would be you brothers, and few of my sincere sisters who do subscribe to this truth, listening and learning in silence as the scriptures say so. All right, and the water for the precepts. You know, how much we shot up our thumb. All right, Shalom.
Shalom. How much we shot up our thumb.